And the last week of January / first week of February, we have from Marvel Comics, Silver Surfer Epic Collection, The Return of Thanos. This book has 480 pages, $44.99, collecting Silver Surfer 24 through 38 and Silver Surfer The Enslavers. So, again, if you're a fan of the Silver Surfer in epic format, here's your book for you. I think that one was announced a couple of years ago, and it finally gets come out. Star Wars Bounty Hunters Volume 5, The Raid on the Vermilion. Continuing the story of the Bounty Hunters, issues 23 to 28. Ethan Sachs continuing writing this story, 144 pages, $17.99. Ant-Man and Giant Man Epic Collection. This is the new printing of The Man in the Anthill, collecting Tales to Astonish 27, and then 35 through 59. So you get a lot of the classic, actually all the classic stories featuring Ant-Man. Marvel Knights Make the World Go Away. And I believe this is a relaunch of the Marvel Knights. It's a 20th anniversary special, or miniseries, issues 1 through 6. I know Donny Cates worked on here, Travel Foreman worked on this book. And of course the cover by Mike Deodato Jr. Miles Morales, The Avenging Avenger, is coming out, and this is the digest-sized books, collecting issues of Spider-Man 12 through 19 and Spider-Gwen 16 through 18. Captain Marvel, that's right, the classic Captain Marvel is back in Omnibus format, Volume 1, so hope to see a lot more. Collecting Marvel Superheroes 12 through 13, Captain Marvel 1 through 33, Iron Man 55, and then Not Brand Ek number 9. So, of course, we'll need one more volume to wrap up that era. Star Wars Dr. Aphra, Omnibus Volume 1. This does have a new printing, so this is the new printing. 1,240 pages, $125. Collecting Star Wars Dr. Aphra 1 through 40, the annuals 1 through 3, Darth Vader 3 through 4, 8, 21 through 25, Star Wars 13 through 9, or 13, 19, and 31 and 32. The Screaming Citadel, and material from Star Wars Empire's Ascendant. And if you've not read this, this is a phenomenal series by Kieran Gillen. And if you've read the Kieran Gillen Darth Vader, read this because it's just as good. I happen to like Darth Vader a little bit better, but Dr. Aphra is a lot of fun, especially her freaking psychopath droids. Oh man, it's a great story and wonderful artwork by Kev Walker, written by, of course, Kieran Gillen, and then Cy Spurrier comes on and does some of the writing, but phenomenal story. Both of them available both covers available the same day, and of course we're getting the Alyssa Wong Omnibus later on in 2023. Edge of the Spider-Verse is coming out in trade paperback format, collecting all 5 issues of Edge of the Spider-Verse. And Janice Vell, Captain Marvel. Now, we're getting an omnibus. This is not in that omnibus. This is the new Peter David and Juan Ramirez miniseries that came out, I believe, in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. But it's not included in the omnibus. Daredevil by Miller and Jansen omnibus. So, Frank Miller and Klaus Jansen's omnibus, collecting issues 158 through 161, and then 163 to 191, and material from What If, number 28. Now, this is not going to have the newly restored artwork from the Masterworks. That's something that I've mentioned on my Saturday streams. And believe me, I try to get that Steve Ditko issue 162 in there. But I was politely told no. Fantastic Four by Dan Slott, Volume 3. So collecting issues 21 through 30 of his run, Empire number 0, Fantastic Four, or Empire 0, Fantastic Four, and then Empire Fallout, Fantastic Four. Marauders by Jerry Duggan, the oversized hardcover, Volume 2 is coming out, collecting Marauders 16 through 20, 22 through 27, and King in Black Marauders. From the world of DC Comics, we have Batman Beyond Neo Year. And man, they just keep pumping those out. That's awesome. I'm a big fan of Batman Beyond. I hope we'll get an omnibus one day. Milestone Compendium Volume 2. This would definitely be in my top 10. Man, this top 10 is going to be difficult. Dwayne McDuffie, Jean-Paul Leon. If you haven't picked up the first compendium, do yourself a favor and pick it up. Volume 2 contains the Blood Syndicate 13 through 23, Hardware 13 through 21, Icon 11 through 21, Static 9 through 20, Shadow Cabinet 1 through 4, Steel 6 through 7. So we are going to get our, the Worlds Collide crossover. Superboy 6 through 7, Superman Man of Steel 35 and 36, and Worlds Collide number 1. So that is the first time those Superman stories have been collected in any kind of format. From the world of manga, we have Am I Actually the Strongest? That is a Volume 1 series, and that one is published by Kodansha. And we're also getting the Neon Genesis Evangelion Shinji Ikari Raising Project Omnibus Volume 6, published by Dark Horse, and that collects 3 volumes, so that would be the Tankobons, the equivalent of volumes, I guess 16, 17, and 18, right? Math. Basic math. Fire Force Omnibus Volume 2 is coming out, collecting volumes 4 through 6. And from Last Gasp, we're also getting I Saw It by Keiji Nakasawa. I believe that is... It looks like the same artist that did Barefoot Gen. This is a survival's true story of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima. Oh man. Those stories. And if you have not read or seen Barefoot Gen, my goodness. You're in for a heartbreak. From the world of Dark Horse Comics that week, we are getting The Collector, Unit 731, collecting issues 1 through 4 of this series by Rob Monteiro. Murder Incorporated, Volume 1, Valentine's Trust by Brian Michael Bendis, Michael Avon Oming, and Taki Soma. And Tales from Harrow County, Volume 3, Lost Ones, Colin Bunn, Tyler Crook, Emily Schnall, working on those stories. Avatar, The Last Airbender, Chibis, Volume 1, so chibi size. Or what we used to call back in the day, Super Deform. That's right, that's what we used to call them back in the 80s and I guess early 90s. Cyberpunk 27. I don't even remember the transition from Jap animation to anime. Or Japanese comics to manga. Or chibi, or from Super Deform to chibi. Showing my age. Cyberpunk 2077 Blackout. Hell yes. My brother really likes the comics, so he's been trying to get me to read them. So I may check them out. Critical Role, The Mighty Nine Origins. It's an awesome, creepy cover by who's the cover artist? Sam Riegel. Sam Maggs is working on the book. And The Ward, Welcome to the Madhouse. Kavan Scott writing that particular story. And that is a paperback. From the world of Boom Comics, we're getting Mighty Morphin, Volume 6, collecting Mighty Morphin 21 through 26, and Power Rangers Unlimited, Countdown to Ruin, volume or issue number 1. And Prince Valiant from Fantagraphics. This is volume 26, 1987 to 1988. My goodness, they're getting up there. They're getting up there. Red as Rose, Romantic Love, Ancient Greeks Reality. That is one hell of a title. Best of 2000 AD, volume 2 is coming out. It looks like it says 2 of 6. So there might just be 6 volumes. I really like the first one. It's like the first chapter of Halo Jones, or the first third of Halo Jones is in there, and it got me excited for more. Betty Page, Alien Agenda. I'm all about that Betty Page agenda. Bonding People and Their Parasites. That is a creepy freaking title. Bonding People and Their Parasites. This is a hardcover comic, but it is not a creepy looking cover though. And it's published by Vault Comics. Box of Bones, published by Rosarium Publishing. And Calculated Man is coming out from Aftershock Comics. Aftershock didn't have a lot this time around. And I know the rumor of like I'll tell you something that I've talked about on my Saturday streams, that because a company files bankruptcy does not mean that they're going to go under. I've talked about how IDW in the past has filed bankruptcy many years ago, and they're still publishing books. It just means that they are definitely restructuring that needs to go around, and I'm sure they're going to rethink a lot of the strategies that they've been using in the past. And my kids have friends over. That's what all that running is about. The little laughter of children in the middle of these books as I talk about them. Dynamite Never Dies is coming out from Dynamite. Doctor Who, Daleks Ultimate Comic Strip. So these are the comic strips? of Doctor Who that I wasn't even aware was a thing. This is published by Panini, UK. So awesome. Carl the Viking. I like that name. Carl the Viking. Is that a very Viking name? I don't think it is, but I like it. It definitely stands out. Pearl of the Sea is coming out that same week, and that is published by Catalyst Press. Pluto Rocket graphic novel, new in town. Tundra Books is publishing that book. That looks cute. That looks cute. PS Art Book, Pre-Code Classics, Spook Softie. So this is a soft cover. Red Sonja and Vampirella, Betty Veronica, Volume 2. I love that cover, that Back to the Future 3 cover. The Secret History of Black Punk Record Zero, published by Silver Sprocket. Reagan Buchanan is both the writer and artist on that title. And Star Runner Rising Stars is coming out that week. That is published by Atlantis Studios. And to wrap up that week and month of January, and like I said, some of February, A Home Without, published by Northwest Press. Don Gaddis is both the writer and artist, and it looks awesome. That one's coming out February 1st, but I had to do it in one because it's that week of. And that's all I've got. If you want the written documentation, again, check out our Patreon. Link is in the description of the video. And thank you to our existing patrons. Could not be making videos like this possible without y'all. Everyone stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.